If you want to live beyond 90, maintain these 7 daily habits. Longevity is not a distant dream. It's a daily choice. Have you ever wondered, can I live beyond 90, staying healthy, sharp, and happy with my children and grandchildren? The answer doesn't lie in luck or solely in genetics. It lies in the seemingly small habits you maintain every day. Across the globe, from the tranquil village of Okinawa, Japan, the rolling hills of Sardinia, Italy, to the green living communities in California, USA, people who live well past 90 don't rely on miracles. They rely on simple, consistent, and meaningful choices. They don't seek out secrets to eternal youth, but instead live in harmony with nature, love themselves, and build deeply connected lives. They eat mindfully, stay lightly active, sleep soundly, maintain optimism, engage in regular conversations, know how to ease stress, and never neglect their health. These familiar practices quietly shield them from the storms of aging. So what are the 7 core habits that help them not just live longer, but live meaningfully past 90? 1. Healthy eating. The first foundation for longevity beyond 90. At any age, nutrition is the foundation of health. But for older adults, especially those aiming for longevity, food is more than just sustenance. It's medicine for preventing disease and preserving youth. People living past 90 in the world's blue zones, regions with the highest concentration of long-lived individuals, share one thing in common: a natural, minimally processed, plant-rich diet. Healthy food acts as a shield, protecting the body from rapid aging triggers like chronic inflammation, oxidative stress, and metabolic disorders. The Mediterranean diet, or variations like the Okinawan diet, Japan, follow a common structure: fresh vegetables and fruits, nuts, legumes, whole grains, extra virgin olive oil, and fatty fish rich in omega-3. In contrast, they steer clear of processed foods, refined sugars, red meats, and saturated fats. Numerous medical studies confirm that such a diet significantly reduces the risk of cardiovascular disease, stroke, colon cancer, dementia, and type 2 diabetes, all leading causes of shortened life expectancy in the elderly. It's not just about what they eat, but also how they eat. Long-lived individuals often eat slowly, sharing meals with family or friends. These positive emotions during meals improve digestion, reduce metabolic disorders, and help prevent overeating. In addition, many elderly individuals in long-living regions follow the principle of stopping when they feel almost full, a concept known as hara-hachibu in Japanese culture, meaning eating until 80% full. What's remarkable is that this healthy eating habit isn't temporary, but a lifelong commitment. Even at 70, 80, or 90 years old, they consistently choose nutrient-rich foods, avoid inflammation-inducing meals, and maintain lean bodies with low visceral fat, a key factor in keeping internal organs functioning smoothly. When the digestive system, liver, heart, and blood vessels remain healthy, seniors can avoid many serious complications and enjoy a high quality of life. It's undeniable that in the journey toward 90+, making the right food choices and establishing smart eating habits is an essential step. It not only prolongs life, but ensures that seniors enjoy their later years with clarity, independence, and happiness. And from this nutritional foundation, other habits, such as regular movement, sufficient sleep, and positive thinking, can thrive, creating a web of mutually reinforcing health-supporting factors over time. 2. Gentle daily movement, the key to maintaining overall health after 60. If nutrition is the foundation, then movement is the central pillar that supports quality of life and actively extends longevity. Contrary to the common belief that long life requires intense workouts, research from the Blue Zones, where residents often surpass age 90, shows that it's light, frequent movements woven into daily life that form the most sustainable practice. And this is something any older adult can do. No gym, no expensive equipment, just a commitment to consistency every day. Walking is a prime example. Older adults in Loma Linda, California, USA, walk an average of 60 to 90 minutes daily, broken into short periods after meals, in the garden, around places of worship, or while visiting friends. These gentle steps not only improve blood circulation and prevent blood clots, but also enhance respiratory function, regulate blood pressure, and preserve muscle mass, a key factor in preventing falls and fractures in old age. Another simple form of exercise is gardening. In Okinawa, the elderly regularly bend, stand, use hose, and carry watering cans, actions that engage full-body muscle groups, hone hand-foot coordination, and bring peace of mind. Similarly, activities like cleaning the house, climbing stairs, playing with grandchildren, or practicing gentle stretching routines like yoga or tai chi all contribute to maintaining musculoskeletal flexibility and joint mobility. It's important to highlight that for seniors, movement isn't about burning fat or losing weight, but about sustaining energy flow, bodily agility, and mental alertness. Studies show that even just 30 minutes of walking a day can reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease and dementia by up to 30%. Moreover, movement stimulates the production of endorphins, the happiness hormones, which enhance mood, ease anxiety, improve sleep quality, and extend everyday joy. Sadly, many older adults mistakenly believe that old age means taking it easy, when in fact, physical inactivity is a silent contributor to muscle loss, memory decline, metabolic disorders, and increased fall risk. An elderly person can remain healthy into their 90s or even 100s if they preserve muscle strength, a steady heartbeat, and quick reflexes, all of which depend on daily movement. Movement also creates natural connections with other aspects of health. When the body is exercised appropriately, older adults tend to have better appetite, deeper sleep, and more uplifted spirits, factors that together create a positive cycle that promotes longevity. They are more likely to engage with their communities, take walks with friends, garden with neighbors, or simply have enough energy to accompany grandchildren to the park. Small joys that sedentary individuals may gradually lose. In short, physical activity does not need to be a strict workout regimen. For seniors, every step, every stretch, and every hand movement is an opportunity to preserve health and push back the effects of aging. When combined with healthy eating, exercise becomes the next solid step toward living past 90 in a healthy and fulfilling way. 3. Consistent, sufficient sleep, the silent repair system that keeps the body youthful. While nutrition provides the raw materials and movement maintains flexibility, sleep acts as a skilled craftsman, silently repairing and restoring the body every night. For older adults who face natural aging, the risk of chronic illnesses, and hormonal changes, getting enough restful sleep is not just about rest, but is an essential part of the strategy for living long, healthy, and clear-minded lives. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that older adults who sleep 7 to 8 hours per night have significantly lower risks of heart disease, diabetes, and depression than those who sleep less than 6 hours. Adequate sleep helps regulate blood pressure and reduces chronic inflammation, the root cause of numerous conditions such as Alzheimer's, osteoporosis, stroke, and even cancer. Furthermore, sleep strengthens memory, supports growth hormone production, and aids in the regeneration of muscle and bone tissue, all crucial for seniors. However, sleep is often undervalued in daily life. Many older adults stay up late due to insomnia, experience light, fragmented sleep, or nap too much during the day, disrupting their biological clocks. The result is prolonged fatigue, memory loss, poor concentration, a higher risk of falls, and emotional disturbances. Meanwhile, deep, consistent sleep is the simplest and most effective way to restore life energy. To improve sleep quality, long-lived individuals often follow simple but highly effective practices, maintaining a consistent sleep schedule, going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, including weekends. They create an ideal sleep environment, a quiet, dark, cool room with no blue light from electronic devices. Avoiding heavy dinners, caffeine, or alcohol before bedtime also helps the body ease into deeper rest. Another crucial point is the reciprocal relationship between sleep and physical activity. When seniors engage in regular daytime movement, like walking, gardening, or light yoga, their bodies naturally feel tired and fall asleep more easily. At the same time, quality sleep enhances muscle repair, boosts the immune system, and provides energy for the next day's activities. This balance creates a reinforcing cycle. Movement leads to better sleep, and better sleep improves movement. Moreover, quality sleep positively affects mental health. Seniors who sleep well tend to be more optimistic, less irritable, and less prone to depression. They are also more likely to participate in social activities, a factor experts consider a powerful mental medicine for longevity, equal in importance to food or exercise. When the mind is nourished with clarity and calm, Lifestyle choices, from diet to physical activity, become more conscious and sustainable. In short, sleep is not just a rest period, it is the body's renewal phase. For older adults, it is a critical time when the body combats degeneration, heals even the smallest injuries, and maintains long-term mental sharpness. When harmoniously combined with nutritious eating and appropriate movement, sleep becomes the pillow that supports a long and vibrant life, helping older adults live beyond 90, not just longer, but better. 4. Maintaining positive social connections, the mental medicine that naturally extends life. One of the most overlooked yet profoundly impactful factors in the longevity of older adults is the quality of their social relationships. Humans are inherently social beings, and that doesn't change with age. In fact, as physical health declines, feelings of loneliness or abandonment can become a silent poison that significantly shortens life expectancy. In contrast, older adults who maintain warm, connected, and positive relationships tend to live longer, healthier, and happier lives. Many medical studies, including the famous 80-year Harvard study on happiness and longevity, have shown that high-quality social relationships with family, friends, neighbors, or community groups are the best predictors of physical and mental health in old age. Lonely seniors are at much higher risk for heart disease, dementia, depression, and weakened immune systems than those who maintain regular social interactions. In fact, social isolation has been found to have health effects equivalent to smoking and even more harmful than obesity. Why are positive relationships so powerful? First, emotional connections help people feel loved, acknowledged, and valued. This reduces the production of cortisol, the stress hormone, which is known to contribute to chronic inflammation and negatively affect the heart and brain. When seniors feel they are not alone, they experience less anxiety, sleep better, are less irritable, and are more motivated to care for themselves. Additionally, social connections motivate the maintenance of other healthy habits. Older adults who have close friends, attend community groups, or volunteer are more likely to eat regularly, stay active, and keep up with their health checkups because they have purpose, routines, and joy to look forward to. On the other hand, when they lose social bonds, seniors may become passive, give up, and withdraw from life, accelerating biological aging. The key to maintaining positive relationships is not the number of acquaintances, but the quality of the connection. A long-lived person doesn't need a large social circle, but they typically have at least one person to confide in, a community to engage with, or a place where they feel they belong. It could be an old friend who calls weekly, a prayer group on Sunday mornings, or a gentle yoga class. What matters most is the consistent and sincere presence of those connections. Moreover, conversation and social interaction naturally train the brain. Remembering names, listening to stories, responding thoughtfully, and navigating emotional cues are subtle exercises that keep the brain sharp. This is especially crucial in preventing dementia, a condition that often creeps in among lonely, quiet seniors who lack motivation to engage with the world around them. Finally, high-quality social relationships provide emotional cushioning for life's inevitable hardships, such as the loss of loved ones, health changes, or relocation. With someone to share the burden, seniors are less likely to be overwhelmed by pain and more capable of recovery, adaptation, and continuing to live actively and positively. Thus, alongside nutrition, movement, and sleep, nurturing positive social relationships is a vital bridge between physical and mental health. The embrace of friends, the eyes of a loved one, or the smile of a neighbor becomes a natural longevity elixir, helping older adults live beyond 90, not in loneliness or fatigue, but surrounded by connection and love. 5. Maintaining optimism and a sense of purpose, the inner flame that sustains long-term vitality. If food nourishes the body, movement keeps it agile, sleep restores its functions, and social relationships nurture emotions, then a sense of purpose and optimism is the internal flame, quiet yet enduring, that helps people reach age 90 and beyond in remarkable ways. Among all the factors influencing longevity, the mind, though intangible, has a deeper and more comprehensive impact than almost any medical intervention. In a renowned study by psychologist Martin Seligman, founder of the positive psychology movement, optimistic older adults lived an average of 7 to 10 years longer than their pessimistic counterparts, regardless of pre-existing medical conditions. Similarly, in longevity hotspots like Nicoya, Costa Rica, and Okinawa, Japan, elders often refer to concepts like ikigai or plan de vida, meaning a reason to wake up every morning. This doesn't have to be anything grand. It might be tending to a plant, cooking for a grandchild, writing letters, reading, or praying. Yet these simple goals provide inner strength to combat aging and feelings of resignation. A positive mindset directly affects physiology. When we're optimistic, the body releases serotonin and dopamine, neurotransmitters that improve mood, ease pain, support sleep, and even boost immunity. Conversely, prolonged negativity increases cortisol, the stress hormone, which leads to chronic inflammation, high blood pressure, memory decline, and greater risk of depression in the elderly. Thus, mental state isn't just a feeling, it's a biological factor that affects every cell in the body. Optimistic seniors with a sense of purpose also tend to be more proactive in caring for themselves. They attend medical checkups more regularly, eat more mindfully, maintain physical activity, and stay socially engaged. When the mind has a clear direction, behavior becomes more consistent, and the body receives continuous positive signals, slowing down biological aging. Moreover, having purpose helps older adults overcome seemingly insurmountable challenges, the loss of loved ones, illness, changes in social roles. This is especially important since aging brings many transitions that can lead to crises or depression if not handled with resilience. Interestingly, optimism and a sense of purpose can be cultivated. They aren't entirely dependent on circumstances. Many older adults start gratitude journaling, practicing mindfulness meditation, or simply learning to smile in the face of hardship. These small shifts in mindset generate ripple effects, improving not just quality of life but also contributing to longevity, filled with joy and self-direction. Most importantly, a positive mindset and purpose serve as a glue connecting all other healthy habits. When seniors have clear goals, they eat better to stay strong enough to pursue them. They move more to remain mobile, communicative, and able to contribute. They sleep more soundly because their minds are not burdened with lingering worries, and they expand social connections because they still feel valuable, with much to share. All of this forms a self-sustaining positive cycle that nurtures comprehensive well-being, both physically and mentally. In short, optimism and a sense of purpose are not just emotional medicine, but powerful driving forces that carry older adults far along the path of healthy, meaningful longevity. It is an inner flame that never dies, often burning even brighter with age, guiding seniors peacefully, clearly, and wholeheartedly through the later years of life. 6. Managing stress and negative emotions, the silent shield against the aging process. When it comes to living past 90, people often focus on visible factors: what to eat, how to exercise, whether sleep is adequate. Yet there is an invisible adversary silently wearing down older adults' health every day: chronic stress and accumulated negative emotions. These are not fleeting mental states, they're biological processes that cause chronic inflammation, immune dysfunction, cellular damage, and accelerated aging. Those who live long lives are not immune to hardship. They've simply learned to live with pressure in a harmonious and proactive way. Medical studies show that prolonged stress raises cortisol levels, a hormone that seems harmless in short bursts but becomes destructive over time. Chronic cortisol elevation increases blood pressure, disrupts blood sugar, weakens immunity, and rapidly ages the blood vessels. In fact, people who constantly worry, harbor anger, or suppress emotions have higher risks of stroke, heart disease, and dementia compared to emotionally balanced peers. Older adults often face many stressors: loss of loved ones, changes in living environments, chronic illness, feelings of dependency, or simply the notion of no longer being important. Without proper coping tools, negative emotions like anger, jealousy, regret, and self-pity can accumulate and corrode mental health, directly affecting physical well-being. On the flip side, long-lived individuals aren't devoid of sorrow, they've just learned to breathe through it, as the Japanese say. One of the vital emotional skills among long-lived seniors is the ability to let go and forgive. Not just others, but themselves. Forgiveness releases negative emotions, alleviates internal tension, and contributes to better circulation, reduced muscle tension, stabilized blood pressure, and deeper sleep. Many engage in practices like meditation, deep breathing, or journaling to release their minds from repetitive, unnecessary thoughts. Environmental and lifestyle factors also play a significant role in managing stress. Seniors living in quiet, nature-connected settings, as seen in many longevity regions, tend to experience lower stress levels. Simple activities like tending plants, listening to birdsong, watching the sunset, or basking in gentle morning sunlight help soothe the nervous system, regulate heart rhythms, and foster a deep sense of calm. Even minor habits, listening to soft music, drinking herbal tea, or chatting with loved ones, can significantly reduce psychological tension. Crucially, stress management acts as a bottleneck that affects the success of all other healthy habits. When seniors are overly stressed, they lose appetite, suffer from poor sleep, avoid physical activity, and withdraw socially, creating a domino effect of decline. Conversely, when the mind is calm and centered, they enjoy meals more, engage in social activities more readily, and maintain healthy sleep routines, all contributing to genuine longevity. In summary, managing stress and negative emotions is a core skill that enables older adults to not just live long, but to live well. It is the art of staying serene in a turbulent world, accepting what cannot be changed, and focusing on what still holds meaning. When the mind is quiet, the body can heal, the brain remains alert, and life in old age becomes peaceful, light, and long-lasting. 7. Regular health checkups and chronic disease management, the final proactive step towards sustainable longevity. After building a solid foundation for healthy living, from nutrition, physical activity, sleep, mental well-being, to social connection, the final, yet equally critical element that helps older adults live beyond 90 is actively monitoring and maintaining their health through regular checkups, especially by managing chronic conditions. No one can avoid the biological wear and tear that comes with age, but how we detect, track, and respond to those changes largely determines both the quality and duration of life. In old age, the risk of chronic diseases like hypertension, diabetes, osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, hypothyroidism, cancer, and cognitive decline becomes undeniable. However, many long-lived individuals around the world still live with one or more chronic conditions, but they do not allow these illnesses to dominate their lives. The secret lies in managing these diseases effectively, rather than letting them silently progress until complications arise or independence is lost. In old age, the risk of chronic diseases like hypertension, diabetes, osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, hypothyroidism, cancer, and cognitive decline becomes undeniable. However, many long-lived individuals around the world still live with one or more chronic conditions, but they do not allow these illnesses to dominate their lives. The secret lies in managing these diseases effectively, rather than letting them silently progress until complications arise or independence is lost. Another common habit among the long-lived is taking medications on time, in the correct dosage, and strictly following medical instructions, never stopping treatment just because they feel better. This routine helps maintain stable biological markers and reduces the risk of acute complications such as stroke, heart attack, or kidney failure. Many long-lived seniors are highly disciplined about their medical schedules. They record vaccination dates, attend follow-up visits on time, and often have family members or a primary care physician involved in their health journey. In addition, managing chronic conditions isn't just about medication. It requires alignment with a healthy lifestyle. A long-lived diabetic is someone who eats well, exercises regularly, sleeps properly, and minimizes stress. A person with high blood pressure will live more safely if they avoid salty foods, maintain a healthy weight, and steer clear of intense emotional swings. When disease management is part of a positive lifestyle ecosystem, the body operates more smoothly and is less likely to experience health crises. Another vital point is proactively receiving age-appropriate vaccinations, especially for illnesses like influenza, pneumonia, shingles, and COVID-19. Vaccination helps frail older bodies avoid severe infections that could quickly overwhelm their immune systems and lead to early mortality, a fact confirmed by many geriatric studies worldwide. Ultimately, regular health checkups bring something even greater: peace of mind and a sense of control over one's well-being. When older adults understand their health status, have a care plan in place, and receive support from healthcare providers, they are more calm and confident in the face of aging. They avoid vague anxieties or groundless fears, and this sense of empowerment reinforces the mental resilience needed to sustain the other healthy habits discussed earlier. In conclusion, living long does not mean being free from disease, but rather knowing how to live with disease, intelligently and proactively. Regular health monitoring and chronic disease management may be the final habit on the list, but it is one of the most decisive. It helps older adults preserve life in a sustainable, peaceful, and meaningful way, right through to the very end. Turning 90 is no longer the goal, but a journey of beautiful living. As you reach the end of this article, you may realize that longevity is no longer some distant fantasy. It is a journey you can begin planning for today. The 7 habits practiced by millions of older adults around the world, from fresh, plant-based meals and gentle daily walks to restful sleep and loving presence in social relationships, are all things you can do, regardless of your age, condition, or circumstances. None of us can stop the wheel of time, but each of us can choose how to live so that our later years remain full of vitality, meaning, and connection. Longevity is no longer a vain dream when you learn to appreciate each breath, every meal, and every morning you wake up with a hopeful mind and a heart still open to love. Longevity is not measured only in years, but in the quality of each day lived. And you, whether you're 60, 70, or even 80, can begin your journey toward healthy aging with purpose, positivity, and hope. Old age is not the end of the road. It is the final chapter, and it can be the most beautiful one if you choose to live it fully.